Good morning. Good morning, yogis. Nice to see you. Okay, welcome. Happy Sunday. We are ready to go. This morning, maybe if you've got something that resembles a strap, would be great. It can be like a dressing gown rope or a scarf. Something. Don't worry if you haven't. If you have, pop it next to your mat, or I'll give you a minute to go and grab that now. And we're just going to come to lie back with our legs over a pillow or a bolster, if that feels good. We're going to begin in a nice settled position. So lying back, knees elevated. Only if that feels good though. Some of you might just want to have the legs extended. All it does is it just takes the edge off your hips being fully open first thing in the morning. So yeah, come and descend down. It's Sunday, so we're going to take things nice and steady this morning. If you were with me yesterday for our Saturday flow, I'm sure you'll appreciate that. Great. Okay, so as I said, the knees can be supported under a bed pillow, a bolster, stack of cushions, whatever you've got available. Arms can come out nice and wide, palms facing up. Just have that strap handy beside you, and that's all we need. And don't worry if you haven't got something that resembles a strap. There's options without the strap, of course. There's always options in yoga. Great, and then just take a few moments to settle, find stillness. Arriving on our mats this morning. Think about the shoulders drawing down the back, a nice broadening across the front of the chest. There's a heaviness to the pelvis. You might even rock on the pelvis a little just to really ease that into the earth. Take a moment to relax the skin around the eyes and soften the jaw. We want to be really heavy here and soft. It's Sunday. Nice, easy, steady start to your Sunday morning. So just check in and notice how you're feeling. Being really aware of any niggles, sensations, things you're working with physically in the body, making sure we're always practicing with attention to those areas and a little bit of extra kindness and space. And then also check in with how you're feeling in terms of your mind, emotions, how much is on your to-do list, what's going on, in the spaces and relationships and people around you. And building this self-awareness really is what our yoga practice is about. The more we get to know ourselves, the more we can show up authentically and also, with intention to each passing moment. That's what we're trying to do with our yoga practice. Wherever you are, just start to allow those feelings and thoughts just to gently drift aside as you now shift your focus to your breath again. This is something that's really an inherent part of us. We don't have much time with. That's the lovely part of your yoga practice. You get to be with your breath. And I see that as a nice connection between the physical body and everything else that makes up you. So just start to notice how the breath is moving this morning. Where can you feel it in the body? The intention is to breathe a little deeper, a little slower, a little smoother. And almost knit together the ends of each inhale and exhale. So you've got this lovely continual flow of air moving through you. That's under your control, yeah? Just take a few together if that feels okay. Nice long exhale wherever you are. Breathe in for a count of 1, 2, 3. Breathe out for 3, 2, 1. Good. Just keep that up. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. As best as you can, stay close to your breath and have a wonderful practice. On your next inhale, just reach the arms above you. Keep the legs as they are. Catch opposite elbows and just enjoy a nice stretch through the front of the chest and the shoulders. You might not be able to reach elbows and for the arms to be on the floor. That's fine. Just grab forearms or wrists. We're just building a little bit of openness through the front of the chest. Good. And then when you're ready, the feet are going to either land on the bolster, bend the knees. If you didn't have a bolster, they're just on the floor. That's fine. And then you're just going to start to move the knees from side to side, ever so gently, just really swishing. And what that will do is just really gently twist the spine. Nothing too much first thing in the morning as we get moving. Great. And then when you're ready, start to bring the knees into the chest, give them a little squeeze. And now you can roll on the spine by circling the knees, bringing them in towards you and away from you. Change directions and just enjoy that little massage of the low back. Great. And then left foot down, right heel's going to kick up. And this is where you can either use your strap or not. So you're going to hold the back of the leg and you're going to have a nice stretch through the back of the leg. If you are taking a strap around the ball of the foot, it's really nice to use that strap to allow the hands to come down and the elbows and upper arms and shoulders to rest on the earth. So you're not kind of reaching the shoulders up. You can be relaxed in the upper body. And with each exhale, you're kind of driving the heel away and gently drawing the leg closer towards you. But be mindful we haven't lifted the hip. We want to keep the low back, the spine grounded. So as much as you're pulling and driving heel, take your time with that. Each exhale, go a little deeper. You really want to still be extending the spine along the mat. So this butt cheek stays on the earth. Good. Breathing here. Focusing on the backs of the legs this morning. By all means, you can extend the bottom leg if you want, or re-rest it over your bolster. Yogi's choice. Good. When you're ready, take the strap into your right hand. You're just going to take that leg out to the side. Now, if you've not got your strap, bend the knee and just guide it out with your right hand. Yeah. Some of you might be holding the big toe. That's fine. If you've got a lot of flex in your legs, back of legs, inner thighs, then it might be that you've got the big toe. Just be mindful of that right shoulder not, being under too much strain to grab that foot. Either way, out to the side. Keep the left hip down, maybe even use the left hand to press it down. You might even look over to the left. Let's stay here for 3 more good breaths, wherever you are. How is the breath as we go deeper into stretches? Lovely. On your last exhale, just go to your deepest and then use the inhale to bring everything back to center. Give the right knee a little hug. Left knee comes to join it. You'll be able to notice a bit of difference now between your legs. So let's sort that out. Okay. Left foot comes to the earth or your bolster, strap or grabbing back of leg, toes, whatever's available. If you are taking that traditional grip of the big toe, just be mindful. It's so easy for you to roll in with the foot, for kind of the ball of the foot to collapse down towards you. Try and keep pushing the big toe away from you as much as you're pulling on it. Great. Because we're pulling equally with the strap in each hand. That's why it's good to get the strap in each hand, not one hand when you're doing this one. Remember, you can extend the right leg, just like you did on the other side. With each exhale, you're just driving the heel more, you're pulling on the strap more. And some of you might be trying to extend the leg as well. A soft bend in the knee is fine. So maybe some of you are working to extend the leg as well as those other things of driving heel and pulling on strap. If you're quite mobile or you've got hypermobility in your joints, you want to keep a bend in the knee as well. I've got a wall beside me, so I'm going to have to shuffle around a little bit here. But when you're ready, start to guide that leg out to the side. Bending the knee if you need to. Right hip staying down and grounded. Maybe looking over to the right side. Good. 3 more breaths. Wonderful. On that final exhale, go to your deepest, and then when you're ready, you're going to gently, on the inhale, bring that leg back to center. Soften the knees, give both knees a little hug in, and notice how the legs feel. Okay, you can roll to one side, push yourself up, or some of you might want to have a little massage of the spine. When you do these rolls on your spine, what you're trying to do is roll on the edge of your spine. So the right edge and then the left edge. So it's almost like you're doing a little circle. Yeah? Once you kind of get into it, you'll feel that actually you do get a massage of the muscles when you do that. You don't want to be rolling on the bones. Yeah? That's not really very pleasant. Okay, let's come up. Good. And we're going to come straight into a little seated swish now. So move any props out of the way. And we're going to go a little bit deeper with these now. So we already swished our knees a little bit. Now we're going to swish and hold and really direct the knee, the top knee, away from you as you start to open up into the front of the hip. So pause, I would, for a little bit. And think about squeezing the butt and directing the hip over to the long edge of the mat. Do that on both sides. And you can kind of lean back into the hands and open the chest and the shoulders a little bit here. Good. How does that feel? Whether you're pausing or moving a lot through these, just take a few more rounds. And then when you're ready, we're going to come to seated. So crossing at the ankles and sitting nice and tall. If you're on a blanket or a brick to help your hips out, that's absolutely fine. You know, when you realise you've wore the wrong thing and the microphone is not playing games this morning, do drop me a comment if it's causing problems. Okay, so crossing at the ankles, rolling the shoulders back and down. Resting the hands just on the lap, and let's just find the breath here a little bit. Remember, trying to deeply breathe into the belly. So close the eyes and take a few grounding breaths, noticing the length of the spine, the heaviness of the sit bones, and then soften the shoulders back and down. Good. On your next exhale, chin to chest. Make sure we've got that breath and just start to roll the head a little bit from side to side. Really gently here. It's like we're bringing the ear to the top of the shoulder on each side. Or you're drawing a little bowl shape with the end of your nose. So working into the neck and the shoulders a little bit before we come to all fours. So when you're ready, just pause on the right side. So your right ear is going towards your right shoulder. You can stay here, or as most of you know this one, you can add some little things on. So you can reach out the left fingertips and you can just gently press the temple into the hand with the right hand, just kind of draping along the side of the face. Hopefully you're feeling this in the side of the neck, top of the shoulder, maybe a little bit through the upper back. Breathing here for 3, for 2. Listen carefully. Right hand's going to float down, same as the left hand. Left arm's going to come up and over as you start going into a side stretch now. And we're going to move that top arm. So fingers open and close. Wrist, give it a little circle. Still maintaining the side stretch though. So really plug down the left hip. Feel the waist. Really start to open here. Bend and extend through the elbow a few times. Good. And just keep the hand on the low part of the neck. Keep that elbow bent and that arm or upper arm stretched. Good. We're here for 3, for 2. Lovely. On 1. Come back to center. Hands behind the head now. And just gently start to twist from side to side. Nice and steady. Notice the breath when we twist. It's an inhale to center. It's an exhale to twist. Oh, lovely. Take a few more. Moving from the sternum, so that kind of place where the rib cage meets in the middle, center of the body. Nice, back to center. Listen carefully before you go to the other side. Just float the fingertips down, cross the ankles the other way, and then let's drop the chin to the chest and start to sway the head over to the left. So like I said, earlobe is trying to touch the top of the shoulder. Play around with the angle of the chin if you can't feel very much. Do those little add-ons. So this time right fingertips are on the floor, left hand is gently draping. We hold a lot of tension in the neck, so if these feel good, this is something you could just do at your desk or maybe when you're stuck in traffic or any time of the day. Good, just breathe another 2 breaths. Really trying to create space and length through the top of the shoulder. Then when you're ready, release the left hand to the floor, similar to the right. Right hand releases up and over now as you start to go into that nice side stretch. Okay, move the hand, move the wrist. Oh, so lovely. I really love a side stretch. I just don't think we do it very much. So whenever I do a side stretch, it just feels fantastic. Oh. Drop the hand eventually, point the elbow to the sky. Enjoy that feeling through the side body and the upper arm. Breathing into the right side. Try and expand there, yeah, for 3, for 2. Good, on 1, come back to center. This time we're going to cactus the arms, okay? And we're going to gently twist a little bit, just to go a little bit deeper. But as you're twisting, can you squeeze the elbows behind you so we're also opening up the chest a little bit here? Good. We're here and we're holding. For 3, sorry, we're not holding, we're moving. For 2. Good, on one, let's pause. So left hand's going to come across, right hand's going to come behind. Nice. Just taking one more breath. We're not here for long. And then inhale back to center and exhale, pause on the other side. Beautiful. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. Okay, right. Roll the shoulders a few times. Circle the elbows. And then very quickly, before we move back to the legs, just have a look at this little movement of the hands. You're going to tap the hands to the middle and the upper back and switch. So think about eventually going into a grab here where we're going to reach the fingertips and hold. Remember, you've got your strap handy. So if you know you're going to struggle to do that, when we get to that, you can just drop the hand, the top hand down with a little bit of strap in it. You can also use like a sock or something. Sometimes the strap's a bit difficult to use for that. We're not grabbing just yet. We're still moving for 3, for 2. Good, on 1. Right, give the arms a little rest. Let's come back to the legs. So bring the heels out in front of you and just swish from side to side again. Figure 4 very briefly with the right leg, but yogi's choice. You can rest in figure 4 and just get used to that feeling. I prefer you to move the leg a little bit. It's because we're getting into our Gokumasana, which is cow face pose. Good. We're here for 3, for 2. So your right leg is in your hand. Listen carefully. The left knee is going to bend and create like a little platform for the right knee to rest onto. So your knees are stacked. Right leg is on top. Now, for some of you, this might not feel like the knees are stacking. It might feel a bit more upright. That's fine. Use cushions, bricks, anything to support you, or just let gravity kind of take its course and do your version and just sit tall. We're here for 5-ish breaths, maybe a little bit longer, because there's an option. If you want to add the arms, you can. So your right hand is going to come up the back. Your left hand is going to come down the back. So if you need the strap, it's going into your left hand. You're going to dangle it down and your left elbow is pointing up, your right elbow is coming down. And then you might just hinge forward here. So that's the full posture. It's an intense one, okay? And it's early in the morning, it's Sunday. So don't worry about how you're getting on there. Sorry, I just had a pop-up come up. I lost you guys. Okay. And so this is more of a hip stretch, okay? This is about outer thighs and hips getting a nice stretch here. If you decided to lean forward and take the arm option as well, just give me 3 more breaths here. A little bit longer than the 5 I said, more like 10, right? Classic yoga teacher annoyance. We say 3 breaths and then we talk, so it's more like 10. We'll try and be more accurate. I think that's about 3. So inhale, come all the way up, release, let it go. Kick the heels out, maybe a little wider this time, and just notice how the legs feel. Same thing, we're going to just go straight into the other side. So this time, you want your left leg to be on top. So the right leg is going to make a little... Sorry, I'm getting confused of what leg I've done. You want your left leg on top. Before you come into it, you can take a figure 4 or you can just gently sway that leg. I think swaying the leg warms up the outer thigh and hip much more. It's almost like you're taking the calf, the shin, as like rocking a little baby. Foot sits in the elbow crease, or it might be a little bit wide. It might be more like in the wrist. Yeah. Great. And then when you're ready, create a little stance with your right leg. That's the base leg. Left knee on top. And you can kind of shuffle around here. You want your sit bones to be grounded. The feet can be close towards you, like heels near the hips, or they can be a little bit wider. It really just depends how you want this to feel and how deep you're in the posture. Remember, you can stay here. If this is enough, you stay here. If you want to add the arms, this time the right arm's going to go up and drop down. The left hand is going to reach up. So the strap will be in your right hand as you dangle down. Again, you can stay upright or you might want to hinge forward. Okay, let's do 5 breaths from now. How is the breath? Good. Give me 2 more. Lovely. On your next inhale, slowly come up. Nice. Release. Let it go. And let's move into tabletop now. So, whenever you're ready, give the legs a little move and let's roll to tabletop. Nice. Oh, so notice how you feel here. We haven't moved the spine loads, so let's come into some cat-cows. Dipping the belly on the inhale, drawing the belly up and rounding as you exhale. Anything else that feels good? It is warm, isn't it? We're getting another heat wave, aren't we, next week? Oh, don't know what weather. Whew. Right, okay, let's go. Dipping the belly and rounding the spine. Enjoying those movements of the shoulders and hips. If you want to circle the rib cage, that's a nice little movement as well. Great, and then listen carefully. You're going to tuck your toes, you're going to hover your knees, and just hover for a moment to get that nice pushing sensation. So you're really kind of strengthening the whole of the body, warming up your shoulders and the core a little bit now. Just a little hover with the knees for 3. Spread the fingers, press through index finger knuckle for 2. And then on 1, enjoy downward facing dog. Lovely. So hopefully you can feel a little bit of space in the shoulders. The hands can go a little bit wider if that helps. A little bit of space in the side body as well. So hopefully hips are lifting a little higher. And then also some space in the back of the legs. Sometimes some gentle holds before we move into our more dynamic postures can really help create space in these ones. Okay, nice. When you're ready, you're going to look forward and walk to the top of the mat and take a little dangle here. So catch the elbows just like we did at the beginning of the practice above our heads and just sway a little bit from side to side here. Enjoy that feeling of the weight being forward, the hips being over the heels. It's almost like the weight is more in the toes. Knees are as soft as they need to be so the belly and thigh are connected. That's a nice place to be, yeah? We don't want to be trying to kind of do this. We want the softness there. It's not about hands to floor, yeah? It's about hips to sky. Weight forward. Breath strong. Okay, when you're ready, if it feels good, you're just going to walk the left fingertips in front of you and just do a little bit more twisting. So right arm up as the left arm stays down and then switch it out. Left arm up, right arm up. Just keep switching. So it's an inhale to reach and it's an exhale to switch. And as you do that, it might be that the knees soften a little bit just to help you. You can always place your hand on bricks. Good. Once you've done both sides, Release down again. We're staying quite low to the floor this morning. Big step back to high plank, yeah? Really big, bigger than you think. Nice. If it's too much, just drop the knees down. We are going to do that any moment. But if you can, give me a few more breaths here. Let's say 3, yeah? Draw in the navel, push the floor away, spread shoulder blades. Last breath in here. Exhale the knees. Good. Take another breath. Draw the shoulders down the back, almost like you're trying to show your collarbones to the front of the mat. And then exhale with control for 3, for 2. Good. On 1, come all the way down. We're going to stay here. On an inhale, you're just going to peel the shoulders up, squeeze and hold here. So think about drawing the shoulders back and down, squeezing upper arms into rib cage, pointing elbows behind you, strong through the legs, press the tops of the feet down, draw in the navel, almost like you're trying to press the pubic bone down and tailbone long for 3. Back muscles are lifting you for 2. Good. On 1, forehead down, just let it go. I'm going to do a little stretch here. So keeping the left foot where it is, bring your right knee in towards you. Squeeze the heel to the butt. You can stay here, or if you can, grab the foot with the hand. So we're stretching the shoulder, the chest, and also the thigh and the hip flexor here, because you're really trying to lengthen the knee. If you've got the strap, this is where it can become handy again, because you can create a little loop and you can kind of hook the foot with the strap and then use the strap to help you here. Yeah. Sometimes you just need that little bit of material to help you out wherever you are. Same thing as well, you know, like trying to think of like a headband, a sock. Sometimes something shorter is a bit easier for these teeny tiny reaches you need. Once you're there, whenever you're there, lengthen the knee away from you, kick the foot into the hand for 3, for 2. Good. On 1, release. I'm going to do a little flow before we do the other side. So release what you need to with straps and whatnot. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, zip the upper arms in, point the elbows back, toes, knees and hands. On an inhale, you're going to push yourself up super strong. Exhale, mini child's pose. Inhale, downward facing dog. Adjust the feet, let it go. Let's flow from here. So inhale, roll forward to a high plank. Exhale, so you need to walk the feet back. Exhale the knees and the belly all the way to the floor. Okay, inhale, little lift of the chest. And again, we're holding here for 5, 4. Be mindful there's no weight in the hands. Maybe even reach them behind you for 3, for 2. Good. On 1, release down. Same thing. So just take a moment to get settled, forehead on the hands. And then same thing. You're going to kick the left heel in. You're going to grab with strap or without strap. And also you can grab the inside or the outside of the foot. That will make a difference on how it feels to the shoulder. I usually always grab the inside of the foot. But I know that I do that because I like how it feels in the front of my shoulder and chest on that one. It's encouraging more opening for the front of the shoulder. Give me 3 more breaths here. Remembering everything you know, lengthening the knee away from you, kicking the foot into the hand, breathing and holding. Nice, release. When you're ready, let's do that little push up again. So hands, toes and knees. Remember what you know, press through the thumb joints, spread the fingers and imagine your one line of energy and push yourself up strong. And then exhale, child's pose, downward facing dog. Okay, take a big breath in and a nice steady breath out. Okay, yogi's choice. You don't have to lift the leg, but if you want to, we're going to float the right leg nice and high. If that feels too much, you can always drop the left knee and work from a tabletop. Okay, so you can work from here. Same thing. Good, we're not here for long in our 3-legged dog. On your next inhale, look forward. Let's roll forward, draw the knee in. You're just going to do 3 of these this morning. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, roll it forward. On this third one, we're going to step through. So last time, your inhale, taking it back. Exhale, roll it all the way forward and step the foot through. Drop the back knee. Okay, if you need to cushion the back knee, don't forget to do that. But we're rocking forwards and backwards here. And we're going to be holding these in a moment. If the floor is far away, you need fingertips. Or if you've got yoga bricks, mine are in the corner holding the laptop up. So use your yoga bricks if they're available. Or anything else, just something that's going to bring the floor to you. Right, let's stay forward. And the thing is, you don't have to keep the hands on the floor. That just helps us really focus on the low body. If you want to get a little bit of a torso stretch in, you can press the hands into the front knee and come up. Yeah, you can even press the hands into the low back, or you can reach the arms up. Yogi's choice. If you like me and you enjoy a side stretch, grab the left wrist and just lean to the right a little bit. Good, we're here and we're holding. Hugging the right hip back, sending the left hip forward for 3, for 2. Good, listen carefully. If you didn't do that little reach and lean, let's all come into that now because we're going to send the left hand to the front knee, the right hand behind you. So just a nice twist. Gentle, yeah? That arm can reach or you can rest it on the low back. Relax the shoulders, maybe take a peek over that back hand. Breathing for 3, breathing for 2, on 1. Ease off a little bit. We're going to either use the strap or grab. So if you had that little loop for your foot before, try and come back to that little loop. We're going to need to do it again. And you guessed it, we're going to lean into the front knee, loop the foot with the strap, and then come in with that little grab. Some of you might not need the strap, you might be just grabbing the foot. And again, enjoying that nice stretch through the front of the shoulder and the chest, as well as a twist and hips. Lots going on in this. Feeling it all, yeah? Press through the front foot really firmly. Be mindful you're not kind of winging this foot around. Try and keep everything stacked and lined up. For 3, sink a little bit deeper into the front hip. For 2, well done, guys. That's an intense one. Ease off, okay? Move around a little bit. So we're going to come into half splits, but yogi's choice, you might want to take pyramid pose instead to give that back knee a rest. So you're going to send the hips back and come into your half splits. So you might need to lengthen the stance here. You don't want this back hip to be like by the heel. You want the back hip and knee to be stacked because you're just going to feel it more. It's fine, but I want you to feel this through the front leg. Some of you might want to come into pyramid. That's where you tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and come into a wide fold, really. Pyramid pose. Back toes, heel is lifted. Maybe you're working to get that down as well, but it's this front leg that we're really feeling this in. Hug the right hip back. It's almost like you're trying to pull it up and back. Create space in the spine. We're here for 3, for 2. Good, wherever you are, on 1, whether the knee was down or the knee was lifted, let's all just step the front foot to the back of the mat to find downward facing dog. Yogi's choice here. If you want to do a vinyasa, you can. Maybe some of you want to take a chaturanga now. That's where you keep the knees lifted. Either way, we're going to work from downward dog again and do those stretches on the left. Last bit of work, guys. Float the left leg up nice and high. Breathe. Remember what you know. You can drop the right knee and work from tabletop. Hold 3-legged dog just for a couple more rounds. Building strength in the arms, the shoulders here. Nice. Now you've got those 3 knee to noses, yeah? Inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, draw the knee forward. Good. You've got 2 more. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, bring it forward. And remember, if you're on the back knee, it's exactly the same. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, bring it forward. Step the left foot through. Okay, so you know what's coming. We're doing all of those on the other side now. So just move around a little bit here. Get comfortable. Moving forwards, moving backwards. Really pressing through the front foot and the back foot. So even though on the top of the back foot, it's still pressing down. I want you to press through the baby toe side as much as the big toe side. And then into your low lunge when you're ready. So remember everything you know. You can keep the hands down. You can bring the hands up. You can take a nice full body stretch, this time grabbing the right wrist and leaning over to the left. How's the breath? How are the shoulders? Have they crept up by the ears? Can you soften them down? Lovely. Okay. If you didn't take the stretch, come into that now because we're going to add the twist. So this time, the right hand comes in front. The left hand either presses into the low back or reaches behind. Relaxing the shoulders. Remembering what you know with the breath as well. It's an inhale to lift and find space. It's an exhale to go into that space. Okay, ease off a little bit. Take a moment. If you need your strap, you're grabbing your strap now, creating that little loop so we can do the grab, yeah? Or you can just stay where you are. You could even just bring the hand down and go a little bit deeper. If you're doing the grab, let's see how you get on. The balance might be a bit tricky as well here, which is why it's important to really press through front foot and hug left hip back. Draw in the navel, engage the core, holding this twist and grab if you've got it, for 3, for 2. Nice. Exhale, release. Well done. Move around, do what you need to, let it go. Okay, half splits is where we're finishing on the left side. So send the hips back, hold it here. That hugging back of the left hip, that folding forward is how you're going to feel this. Even curling the toes, driving the heel, that's going to help as well. Remember all that stuff we did when we lay down at the beginning? Same kind of thing happening with this leg. Remember, your other choice is to come into pyramid, tuck the back toes and fold here. Either way, let's do 3 more breaths in your version of half splits or pyramid. Nice, well done everyone. Ease out. Listen carefully. You're going to walk your hands round to the long edge of the mat and you're going to heel toe the feet in and find your way to a comfortable seat. Okay, we're going to finish with legs up. Oh, it's such a nice one. If you've got a wall near you, I'd recommend trying to have a wall near your at-home yoga practice. If you've not got a practice space at home, try and establish one. It's so good because then you know where everything is. You can have a little box of bits. Anyway, legs up the wall or just legs up. So if you're taking your legs up the wall, shuffle your hip nice and close to the wall and then lie back, swing the legs up, and that's where you're going to be. We're just here for a couple of minutes, just finishing off the practice in a little bit of stillness, a little bit of silence, and maybe some deep conscious breaths, unless you feel you can settle the mind and just take like a mini shavasana here. If your mind is still worrying, let's come into a conscious breath. If you've not got a wall nearby for these next 2 minutes, you can just come back to how we started with the legs supported. You can also lift the legs here, yeah? They're just not very supported, so it might not feel very restful. But some of you guys might enjoy that. You can also bring the hips a little higher and do your legs like that, which is nice as well. And the legs don't have to be straight, knees can be bent. So either way, we're just elevating the legs in any way that feels good. Like I said, just 2 minutes, so let's do another 90 seconds. And it's so easy to kind of start going into the rest of your day now. But as best as you can, quiet the mind, focus the breath, and just enjoy these moments of stillness, these moments of peace. The day is coming, yeah? Don't go there yet. Enjoy it when it's arrived. Try to take in this moment. I won't get the quote quite right, but living in the past, living in the future, it's actually just about being in the present. Yeah? Because the past has happened, the future's yet to come. The moment is the only true space and time of life where it truly exists. So be in your moment for just 5 more deep, rich breaths here. Make them the fullest of your day. Enjoy them. Feel them. Good, last one. And by all means, you can stay a little longer. This is your practice, okay? But we are done. Bend the knees. Ease out. Start to move. And we'll meet back in a comfortable seat if you want to. If not, just mute and continue your relaxation for a little bit longer. That's always an option. Well done, everyone. Have a great Sunday, or whenever you're choosing to take this practice. Enjoy the rest of your day. Little bow down, sign of gratitude as always to yourself, for your fellow yogis, for joining you online. Have a great day, everyone. Well done. Thanks so much.